Hello everybody on the internet watching, and welcome to the final doubleheader of Week 5 of the Totally Normal Football League regular season. I'm TG, and we're here live in Seattle from the Den as the Seattle Stoats host a 2-2 San Francisco Shitbirds squad. The Stoats won the opening coin toss. They have decided to defer possession, so it'll be Shitbirds with the first possession of the game. And with no team in the over there division having better than a 2-2 record, and all four teams in the division having 1-1 division records, it really feels like this is a must-win for everybody going into the mid-season break. Vigo Bungerquist returning the ball to the 23-yard line, and the Shitbirds will take their first snap of the game. Jalen Rundle Jr. under center for this daunting Shitbirds offense. Pierre Dumoulin on the move. James Dingle and Phil Stickler in the backfield. Rundle Jr. will throws to the sideline, connects with Pierre Dumoulin, who's at the 50. He's got a breakaway, but coming up like a speeding bullet behind him is Ryan Coulier, who gets the tackle down at the 40. That was Jacoby weighing in at trying to get the swat away. And Pierre Dumoulin struts his stuff on the first snap of the game.
First and 10. Ball on the 43-yard line.
All of the opponent's 43. Two tight ends and James Dingle behind Rundle Jr. for this snap. A bit of some misdirection there on the bit of the tight end. Rundle Jr. going to throw. Lots of time in the pocket. Gets Andy Overnight on the crossing route, and he brings it to the 15. Great work there, and a bit of collision there in the Stoats secondary, allowing that breakaway. There was tight coverage there by Dennis Creamy. But Creamy runs in his own guy, and that allows Overnight to be wide open, and Rundle Jr. makes him pay for it. 15 yards away from the goal, first and 10 for the Shitbirds. James Dingo audible to the line of scrimmage. Rundle Jr. going to throw. Dumoulin on the in route, gets an 8-yard reception. Ryan Coulier once again tasked with tackling him down. Perhaps a matchup we're going to see all day long between the free safety and the tight ends, Coulier and Dumoulin. 2 yards to a first down. 7 yards to a touchdown are the Shitbirds. Rundle Jr. goes to throw again. He's got pressure. Throws to Kelsey Maato, who brings it in at the 1. If he had thrown that half a second later, that would have been a sack. Rundle Jr. getting it to the open man just in time. And the Shitbirds a whisker away from punching it in. It's a handoff to Phil Stickler, and he runs it in for 6. And the Shitbirds are on the board. The highest scoring offense in the league, showing us how it's done by opening up their first drive of the game with a touchdown. And here's an interesting statistic. Since the beginning of Week 4, away teams currently are on a 6-game winning streak. Home teams have not been happy for almost a week and a half now. And if the Stoats are unable to respond on the board, it may be 7 weeks in a row. Here is the kick is good. But the Stoats have made a lot of adjustments and improvements both to their roster and made a couple minor playbooking tweaks that are hopefully going to be enough to make this game not only competitive, but a winner for the Stoats fans in attendance here. DJ Wideboy to kick off to the Stoats' first drive of the game. It's a hot day here in Seattle. Aston Often gets it to the 30 before he's tackled down. And the Stoats will begin their first drive from the 31.
They'll start the drive at the 32-yard line. First and 10.
Stuart Buckshot and Girani foul play behind Hoop Super for The first snap. It's a pitch to foul play, and he's going to get stopped 1 yard away from the line of scrimmage. Wayne T-Block stopping the pitch.
Second and 12. Ball on the 30-yard line.
Hoop Super in the shotgun now. Hoop Super is one of the best scrambling quarterbacks in the league right now, but he dumps it off. Oh, what a punch away! Intended for Ollie missile move.
Receiver on the play.
Looked like Alan Peepers with a very quick punch. Great awareness there.
On the 30-yard line. That's too easy.
That's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Stoats. Stoats looking to throw. They're trying to get the Ollie missile move on the corner route, but it's tipped away by Fred Freeman, and that is a 3 and out for the Stoats. Bit of a lazy rainbow pass to the tight end that's batted out of the air by the cornerback. Nelly Rockhurst with the punt. Eagle Bungerquist awaiting at the 16. Gets it to the 31 before being tackled down.
For a gain of 5 yards.
We'll see if the Stoats have any answers for this Shitbirds offense. They scored a touchdown on their first drive and hoping to do so again on their second. Rundle Jr. in the shotgun. Rundle Jr. looking to the skies. He's got on the corner. Tipped away by Aaron Bredwards.
Wolf, the intended receiver.
Or sorry, that's Kenneth Ridian swatting the pass away. Intended for the halfback Jason Wolf.
Second and 10. Ball on the 31-yard line.
Play 2 quarters. Turn it out now.
Rundle Jr. once again in the shotgun. He's going to scramble. Ball is loose. Stoats recover.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense.
Virgie Hamilton. Big sack. Let's see that again. Comes around number 98. That's Virgie Hamilton filling in for the big shoes of Ken McStoat. Gets to the quarterback. Jason Wolf running a route, and the right tackle just doesn't decide to block him. And DeMar Hott falls on the ball. What an incredible turnover there by the Stoats defense.
4-yard line.
It's up to Edgar Hoopsuper now to capitalize on the turnover as the Stoats have the ball. It's an outside pitch, and wow, what a sack!
On the carry.
For TFL, that was Evan Sackland coming in like a house of fire. And that's going to be like at least a 5-yard tackle for loss. And that's the second pitch now that has gone devastatingly wrong. A 7-yard tackle for loss for Evan Sackland. Play action pass. Hoop Swooper gets sacked again by Evan Sackland, and it is now 3rd and forever for the Stoats. Hoop Swooper trying to roll out of the pocket. It's now 3rd and 24. Hoop Swooper trying to throw it, gets it to number 13, Brian Beergod, which would have been a fantastic 17-yard reception on any other yardage, but it's just not enough to convert on 3rd down here, so the field goal unit out to try a 39-yarder. Brand new kicker for the Stoats. Gabriel DeSavier puts it through the uprights to put 3 on the board. And a Shitbirds defense, which allowed 50 points through in their game against the Rollers last week, has now forced a 3 and out, and while a devastating turnover gave the Stoats very good field position, Evan Sackland came out with a heroic, massive tackle for loss, followed by a massive sack to push the Stoats back to field goals. Vigo Bungerquist, returned the ball. He's at the 30. He's at the 35. He's at the 40. He's at the 45, tackled down from behind. Ben Zeitgeist tackling down the receptionist, and the Shitbirds. A fantastic kick return. And they've got less than 45. They've got less than 55 yards to go for points here. They're going to toss it to James Dingo, and he's going to get tackled for loss. Jacoby weighing in at. James Dingo spun to evade one blitzer. Weighing in at tackle for loss, and it's not a great day to be a running back here in Seattle. Both teams have negative yardage on rush attempts so far. James Dingo audibled. Empty formation now for the Shitbirds as they look for somebody open. Rundle Jr. has Dingo on the corner route, and he gets it to the 30. The Shitbirds already almost at 100 yards passing this game, and we're not even out of the first quarter yet. Yes, they are at 101 yards, so they are over 100. Already hitting the century mark. Mellenballer on the move. Rundle Jr. play action. Throws it to the flat. It's good to Pierre Dumoulin. Brings it within 2 yards of a first down. I think that's 2nd and 4 for Jalen Rundle Jr. Steve Mellenballer on the move. Jr. looking to pass again. He's got an open man. And it's to Steve Mellenballer, who taps his toes out of bounds at the 10. Unfortunately, we will not really get to see a battle of the Mellenballer brothers. Frank Mellenballer, the current receiving leader as of week 4, is playing for the Stoats, but as wide receiver number 3 behind Ken McStoat. And Steve Mellenballer, tight end number 2 for the Shitbirds, as Jalen Rundle Jr. sends a rainbow into the end zone, and it's caught by Kelsey Maato. He leaps above double coverage. And neither Ben Zeitgeist or Jacoby Wayne Inett can bat the ball away from his outstretched hands. And the big guy gets another passing touchdown on the year. The kick is good for DJ Wideboy, and that's another possession for the Shitbirds. Another touchdown. So far, their 3 drives have gone for a touchdown, an interception, or a forced fumble, sorry, and then a second touchdown. So 2 for 3 on scoring drives, and the Stoats are going to have to go blow to blow with the Shitbirds. They got a very fortuitous forced fumble. But unfortunately, the insane pass rush that the Shitbirds are bringing today forced them too far back. Aston often receives the kick return in the end zone. He gets it to the 25. And the Stoats have to respond here with a touchdown of their own as we're nearing the end of the first quarter. The Shitbirds almost tripling the Stoats' yardage so far this game. Mellenballer on the move. It's a short pass. It's caught by Ken McStoat. Definitely one of the star unicorn players on the Stoats as we reach the end of the first quarter with the San Francisco Shitbirds coming out swinging, leading this game 14-3 here in Seattle. And Ken McStoat really is one of those unicorn players. As a reminder, in the Totally Normal Football League, each player is not a specific position. You can move around any player to any position based on their stats. As Edgar Hoopswooper throws it away. So if you happen to end up with a player on your team that has incredibly good average stats in almost anything, you can pretty much put them anywhere as your needs crop up on your team. And Ken McStoat has been a defensive end, he's been a quarterback, and now he's a wide receiver for this team as it's 3rd and inches for Hoopswooper and co. And he's going to try and scramble it, but he's brought down Fred Scooty sacks the quarterback, attempted to scramble out of his hole. That's going to bring up another Stoats 4th down. Ellie Rockhurst to punt. The theme for today's doubleheader as we finish off the first half of the Over There division is desperation. The Shitbirds, desperate to prove to the world that they are as scary as everyone thought they'd be going into the season. The Stoats, desperate to turn their season around and prove to everyone they have the tools to get it done, as James Dingo almost gets tackled for loss, but is able to turn nothing into something as Ben Zeitgeist has been injured on the play. Ben Zeitgeist, the second best running back in terms of pure yardage in Season 1. He's playing cornerback. A Stoats veteran injured on the play. Jalen Rundle Jr. play action, throws it, gets it to Andy Overnight on the quick slant. Holds on to through the near instant tackle, and the Shitbirds have moved up to the 44-yard line. Rundle Jr. in the shotgun with split backs. Jason Wolf and Henry Winnings beside him. Rundle Jr. has lots of time to throw, dumps it off to Pierre Dumoulin, but doesn't get further than 1 yard. That was Rundle Jr.'s 6th consecutive completion. I'm telling you, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, despite his passer rating not being as high as Jeff Forshot's or Graham Howard's. 2nd and 8 for the Shitbirds. Jason Wolf sent to the line of scrimmage. Rundle Jr. throwing. He's trying to get it to Overnight, but jumping in front of it is Dennis Creamy. Forces the incomplete. The Stoats crowd trying to put some life into their defense as it's a 3rd and 8 at the 42. It's been pass from Jalen Rundle Jr. so far. Looking to throw. He's got Overnight. It's almost intercepted. Dennis Creamy had his hands on it, tried to tip it down, but there was Steve Mellenballer to pick up the ball before it hit the ground, and he's turned that into a Shitbirds 1st down. What an incredible play by the offense. 1st and 10 at the 16. The Shitbirds threatening to put 21 on the board. Rundle Jr. stepping back. Throws it away under Stoats' pressure.
The intended receiver on the play. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 16-yard line.
Both times the Shitbirds have made it near the 20. They've come away with touchdowns. Rundle Jr. stepping back. He gets sacked! Virgie Hamilton gets his 2nd sack of the day against Jalen Rundle Jr. And those shoes are mighty comfy. Filling in for Ken McStoat. It was quite a great pass rusher in his own right. Virgie Hamilton filling in. Ken McStoat's spot has been moved to wide receiver. Rundle Jr. in the shotgun. Gets it to Andy Overnight. He's got a 1st down. He was struggling with Jacoby weighing in at, but Dennis Creamy attempted to help out with the tackle, inadvertently pushed him over the 1st down marker, and possibly even gained him a couple of yards on top of that. So now the Shitbirds at the 4-yard line with 4 fresh set of downs. Here Dumoulin in motion. This looks like a running play for James Dingo. Dingo going to go off the tackle, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Shitbirds. James Dingo, possibly one of the best running backs in the league, but there's no real evidence to support that since the Shitbirds are just so pass heavy that he doesn't really get a lot of handoffs. But he is one of the most dependable members on this team to get it done. As Wide Boy kicks the extra point good. And the Shitbirds go to 21 against the Stoats 3 points with only 3 minutes and 30 in the first half. And the Stoats now in a desperate way, as that lead is growing and growing and growing for their division rivals. Kick to the right side. Aston Often receives it at the 7. He's going to get to the 23 before being tackled down by RJ Scamp Tapper. A must-score drive here for the Stoats, who need to put points on the board to stop this tailspin. Hoop Swooper lays one up to Frank Ballaballa, the reception leader. He's got a breakaway. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. Chad Candy can't catch him. Touchdown, Stoats. But there's a penalty for it's defensive pass interference, so that's going to be a decline. Bit of a scare moment there for Stoats fans, but the touchdown is good. And Melon Baller adds 77 yards to his receptions total, keeping him on top of Pete Moss for number 1 on the season. Maybe we will see a battle of the Melon Baller brothers here. And that was a much-needed touchdown for the Stoats, looking to recoup their morale after a vicious Shitbirds onslaught has left them down, make it 11 points, with the extra point being kicked good by Gabriel DeSavior. And it took one play to get it done. 3 minutes 18 left in the half. Shitbirds now looking to improve their lead. Thunderous kick. Vigo Bunkerquist at the 1 to receive. He's at the 20. He'd get to the 29 before being tackled down. The ball's going to be spotted at the 30. 70 yards to go to the end zone for the Shitbirds. 3 minutes, 13 seconds left in the first half. Rondo Jr. looking to pass. Passes it to the outside. Gets it to Steve Mellenballer at the 38.
9-yard gain on the play. Second and 2.
Battle of the Mellenballer brothers in full swing. Jalen Rundle Jr., 2nd and 2. Split backs. Going to throw. Dumps it off quick to Andy Overnight. He gets it to the 47. And the Shitbirds once again in full force.
1st and 10. Ball on the 46-yard line.
Rush in. Deuce it. Everything you got. Hold the look.
It's a handoff to James Dingo up the middle, but he trips over his own guy. Andy Overnight looked like he was in front of him. Or perhaps that was number 71 instead, sorry. Maybe I didn't catch who that was, but James Dingo attempted to dive up the middle. He tripped over his own guy who was tackled on the ground and only got 5 yards out of that run. 2-minute warning for the Shitbirds, as they're now in enemy territory at the opponent's 49. It's a quick pass, nearly picked off. Chris Farshade in good position to intercept the ball, but doesn't quite get his hands on it. That'll bring up 3rd and 5. A much-needed defensive stop here for the Stoats. The Shitbirds hoping to keep the good times rolling. Rundle Jr. is going to scramble for the first down, and he'll get it. He makes a guy miss. He gets to the 34. Now, one huge statistic to bring up from the Rollers Shitbirds game was the Shitbirds ball security. The Rollers with 5 forced fumbles in that game last week, and the Stoats have already forced 1. As Rundle Jr. has to throw it away. It's a screen to James Dingo! And for a first down, getting inside the 25.
Gain of 10 on the play.
It's interesting, the Shitbirds are one of the only teams in the league who are utilizing screen passes in their book.
3-yard line.
The ball is spot literally pixels away from a first down, so it'll be 2nd and inches for the Shitbirds. Rundle Jr. forcing to scramble as he's brought down by DeMar Hott. They're saying no gain. We'll see if it was spotted for a first down. No, it'll be 3rd and 1 as Rundle Jr. was forced back a little bit. The Shitbirds using their first of 3 timeouts. And the Shitbirds have not missed a 3rd down conversion yet this game. And at 3rd and 1, I smell a James Dingo handoff. The Stoats pinching in their coverage. Phil Stickler getting into position to run block. Yes, it's going to be an outside toss. Great block. Dingo gets the first down. Tackled at the 19. Shitbirds use their 2nd timeout, pausing the clock at 56 seconds.
On the play. 1st and 10. Ball on the 19-yard line.
Stoats loading up the tackle box. They've got 7 in there. Jalen Rundle Jr. passes through it, tries to get it to Kelsey Ma'ato, but I think he dropped it.
19, the intended receiver on the play. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 19-yard line.
The Stoats have not yet, the Shitbirds have not yet failed to score a touchdown when they've gotten this far down the field. Play action pass. Rundle Jr. over the middle, tipped away by number 90. That's Yaden Float Boat tipping the pass away. That's going to bring up 3rd down for the Shitbirds. Shitbirds have not yet failed a 3rd down conversion, but it's 3rd and 10. Jalen Rundle Jr. moving way back. He's got a man in the corner. Pierre Dumoulin brings in the touchdown pass. Touchdown, Shitbirds. And look at that ability. Look at that route running ability. That corner route. He rotated on a dime, folks, to get to the back right corner. Get wide open for that Jalen Rundle Jr. pass. And the Shitbirds, a flawless record in the red zone this game. The extra point is good, and the Shitbirds lead 28-10 with 44 seconds yet to play in the first half. What makes the Shitbirds so fun to watch is just their ability to carve up defenses with the pass. We've seen so many teams in the TNFL unable to do so and sort of rely on both a running game and also just forced to throw long bombs to go routes and sluggos and whatnot. But when you watch the Shitbirds as well as the Michigan Hellcats play, it's almost like watching an actual game of football almost, as Aston often gets it to the 20, elbows the shit out of a defensive player, and gets it just past the 30. Whoa, that crunch. Not much time on the clock here for the Stoats, looking to put at least hoping to get a touchdown on the board. Bring this game back within 11 points. Hoop swooper to the side, trying to get Ken McStoat on the comeback, but it's overthrown.
Second and 10. Ball on the 32-yard line.
Here we go, baby. Take it right.
Hoop swooper with split back, 2nd and 10. Hoop swooper dumps it off once again targeting Ken McStoat, but it's dropped under tight coverage by RJ Scamp Tapper. That's going to bring up a quick third down. 3rd and 10. The Stoats, unlike a complete opposite to the Shitbirds, have not yet converted on 3rd down. Hoop Swooper looking to change that now. He's got a man open. It's number 11, the Cookie Dutchman. Brandon Spakelos catches it at the 10. Touchdown, Stoats. A gigantic Hoop Swooper bomb to the Cookie Dutchman. Reels it in. Nick Pacer unable to catch back up with Bram Van Spakelos. And the Stoats responding with touchdowns of their own, and perhaps they found their footing here in this matchup. Gabriel the Savior to kick the extra point. And it's good. Stoats go to 17, down by 11. 25 seconds to play in the half. Number 22 receiving the ball. Sonny DeWilliams catches it at the 2. He's already at the 33. So the Shitbirds will have 20 seconds to do with what they please with. Will they simply concede the half, or will they try to respond with a touchdown of their own, keeping it a 3-score game? Jalen Rundle Jr. throws it to Kelsey Ma'ato, who reels it in at the 44. And we're into Stoats territory, the opponent's 44. And Rundle Jr. again is making these throws on time, just in time, because this Stoats pressure has been great. But the problem is Rundle Jr. is accurately throwing the ball precisely when he needs to and getting it out before there's too much heat in the kitchen. The Shitbirds at the opponent's 45. Rundle Jr. backs up, scurrying out of the pocket. Gets Phil Stickler on the comeback for a 7-yard gain.
7-yard gain on the play.
Rundle Jr., 2 seconds left to go. They're going to try and go for a play here. Throwing it to the side to Pierre Dumoulin, but he steps out of bounds, ending the first half with the Shitbirds up 11 points, leading the game 28-17. The Stoats did win the opening coin toss, deferring possession, so they will get the ball to start off the second half. And the pressure is on them, down by 2 scores. Aston Often receives it at the 3. At the 20, it'll get only to the 23-24 before being tackled down. And here is a hell of a statistics. The Stoats have not gotten a first down yet this game. All of their touchdowns so far, their 2 touchdowns, coming from long bombs, both by Frank Mellenballer and Bram Van Spakelos. Hoop Swooper has just been unable to move the chains at all today. So hopefully their halftime adjustments will yield prosperous. On the corner routes is number 13, Brian Beergod, and that will get the Stoats their first down. They've got it to their 44.
First and 10. Ball on the 44-yard line.
Hoop Swooper almost at 200 yards on the day. 50% completion rating. He stands in the shotgun, 1st and 10. And he's going to immediately run out of the pocket for a 4-yard gain, tackled down by Wayne T. Block.
Second and 6. Ball on the 47-yard line.
Here we come. All day, baby. Come on.
Well, trying to do a bit of trickery there, but it's immediately infiltrated by Houston, Texas for the tackle for loss. That's going to push the Stoats back to a 3rd and 10. Stoats with splitbacks. Oops, super. Looking through the air. He's got separation on Ken McStoat. Brings it to the 20. And Ken McStoat suiting up as a wide receiver for the first time this season. 2 receptions for 45 yards on the day.
First and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line.
And the Stoats 20 yards away from pay dirt. Stuart Buckshot and Giovanni foul play called in behind. It's going to be foul play on the counter run. He's trying to try and get through a hole, but will only get 3 yards.
Gain on the play.
Chad Candy tackling down the runner.
Second and 7. Ball on the 17-yard line.
Let's go, let's go. Let's do our thing, let's do our thing.
Second and 7. Oops, super. Dropping back to throw. He's trying to get a man on the slant. Intercepted in the end zone by Nick Pacer. Finding a melon baller on the slant, but thrown a bit too early and with way too much touch on it.
20-yard line.
Pacer kneels in the end zone for a touchback, so the Shitbirds beginning at their own 20-yard line. Steve Mellenballer in motion. It's a play-action pass, but Rundle Jr. trying to roll out of the pocket, but it's Virgie Hamilton with his 3rd sack of the day for a 5-yard loss. Rundle Jr. trying to QB boot out of the pocket.
15-yard line.
And he had a blocker in front, but Virgie Hamilton just went around him. Going for the pass. Lots of time. Slapped away by number 42. Ben Zeitgeist batting away the pass intended for Kelsey Ma'auto. 3rd down, Shitbirds. As the Stoats crowd has some energy still left in it. This game not out of reach from the Stoats yet, with so much of the game yet to play. But the Shitbirds looking dominant so far. 3rd and 15. Shitbirds looking to throw long. Andy Overnight comes up with it. 1st down, Shitbirds at the 38. Andy Overnight getting on the inside of the defender. Picks up the bullet pass. Great play there by the Shitbirds. And the Shitbirds keep their insane 3rd down conversion rating rolling. Rundle Jr. in the shotgun. Incoming Virgie Hamilton has to get it off to Kelsey Ma'auto, and it's tipped away once again by
19, the intended receiver on the play.
Ben Zeitgeist.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 38-yard line.
Lucky, lucky. Here we go.
Putbacks, Rundle Jr.'s got lots of time in the pocket. He's got lots of time. Tries to throw it. Intercepted. It was tipped by Dennis Creamy. And it was picked up by Jacoby Wayne Inat. Intended for Kelsey Ma'auto. Jalen Rundle Jr. had plenty of time in that pocket.
Ball on the 43-yard
But the tip and the catch, the wombo combo, gives the Stoats back the ball at the 44. Girani foul play on the run, gets it to the 35 for a great gain. And the Stoats are now above 0 yards rushing. They had a negative total for pretty much the majority of this game up till this point, and they're finally at positive rushing yardage. Oops, Hooper, 2 yards to go for a 1st down at the 35. Looking to pass, passing to the side, doesn't quite get Ken McStoat.
receiver on the play. Third and 2.
The Stoats 2 for 5 on 3rd down. Stuart Buckshot and foul play in behind. Perhaps a run off here for third yardage. No, Hoop Swooper's going to throw it on the slant route. Ollie missile move comes up with the catch at the 37. Or at the 27. Sorry. Ollie missile move on the corner route. Picks up the first down. A crucial first down for the Stoats. At the opponent's 27, Hoop Swooper with just Girani foul play behind him. It's a handoff, foul play up the left side, but stopped for no gain by Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas.
Second and 10. Ball on the 26-yard line.
One screen. What's the hard count?
Second and 10. Hoop Swooper handing it off to number 22, who gets it to the 21.
Gain of 6 on
22, that's Kerry Frontloader. I think that's his first handoff of the season, because that name doesn't really ring a bell.
ball on the 21-yard line.
Check it.
And Hoop Swooper with Kerry Frontloader once again in the backfield. Third and 4. It's a play action. Hoop Swooper rolls too much out of the pocket, and he goes right into Evan Sackland for his third sack of the game. It's going to set up a Stoats field goal. And Gabriel the Savior shanks it to the right. The kick is no good. And the Stoats will stay down 11 points here in the third quarter.
They'll start the drive at the 34-yard line. First and 10.
Watch your eyes.
So the Shitbirds will get possession back at the 39. Or at the 34, sorry. Jalen Rundle Jr. looking to pass. He's going to the flat. Tipped away by Dennis Creamy. Intended for Andy Overnight.
17. The intended receiver on the play. Second and 10. Ball
That field goal was critical for the Stoats. That would have brought them to a one-score game. A big score, but nonetheless a one-score game. But now the Shitbirds have an opportunity to keep up. No, it's a sack!
makes the sack.
Yaden Floatboat with a sack as he gets through the center. And this Stoats crowd is alive here in Seattle.
Third and 15. Ball on
The
the 20.
Shitbirds, flawless on third down, but they've got a long way to convert on this one. Third and 15. Rundle Jr. throws one up, tipped away, and the Shitbirds are indeed mortal as they finally fail to convert on a third down. And for the first time today, Ash Stunkler to punt.
Punt, return for a gain of 5 yards.
Aston Often returning the punt. The Stoats are going to get the ball at their 39.
First and 10. Ball on the 39-yard line.
Hoop Swooper in the shotgun to start at this drive. 3 seconds left in the third quarter. The final play of the third quarter, it's going to be a handoff to Harm's Way as he runs it to the 45 for a good gain. And that's going to end the third quarter. The Shitbirds up 11, still a scoreless third quarter. 28-17.
The home team. 17. The fourth quarter is about to begin. Second and 4. Ball on the 45-yard line.
Yes, on. Watch your man. Set.
Hoop Swooper with split backs. 4 yards to go for a first down. Hoop Swooper's going to throw it. He's going to try and get it to the Cookie Dutchman, but it's tapped away by Nick Pacer.
Receiver on the play.
Tapped away, huh? Third down for the Stoats.
Ball on the 45-yard line.
We like to pack the rules. Bring it up.
The Stoats began this first half of the game unable to convert anything on third, but they're on a bit of a roll now. We'll see what they do here as Hoop Swooper tries to throw it once again to the Cookie Dutchman, but another incompletion thanks to Nick Pacer brings it to 4th down. Now, will the Stoats start going for it on 4th down? Yes, Hoop Swooper is going for it on 4th and 4. Big 4th down conversion here for Hoop Swooper. Throws it to the flat. Tries to get it to Frank Mellenballer, but turnover on downs. And the Shitbirds will get the ball at the opponent's 45. A critical 4th down conversion to try and stay in this game failed. And now the Stoats will have to get a big stop against this Shitbirds offense that has no signs of showing down as James Dingo runs forward for 7 yards.
Gain of 6 on the play. Second and 4. Ball on the 39-yard line.
You can't stop me. They soft, man.
Rundle Jr. in the shotgun.
You gotta have it, D.
Split backs. Stoats have the tackle box loaded up. He's got 2 Stoats on him, and they're pushed back 5 yards. On the cornerback blitz, gets to Jalen Rundle Jr., and it's now a long 3rd down. Could it be a 2-in-a-row stop? That pushed the Shitbirds out of field goal range. Jalen Rundle Jr. has a nasty way of making throws connect, especially this game. Looking for someone open. On the comeback, it's intercepted by Ben Zeitgeist at the 40. It's Stoats' ball, still down by 11 points. Both touchdowns scored by the Stoats have been long bombs, both to Frank Mellenballer and then to Bram Van Spijkelaus. But they're going to pass it over to... What a run for a 1st down. Stuart Buckshot on the run. On the fullback handoff. We'll see where the refs spot it. It's going to be 2nd and inches. So that's pretty much a 9.9-yard gain. Oops, super with Girani foul play. It's a pitch to foul play. No, it's a reverse trying to get it to the Cookie Dutchman, but Houston, Texas ruins the play. And that's going to push the Stoats back a fair ways. The Stoats trying to do their trademark wide receiver pass play. That actually has positive... Yeah, that pushed them all the way back to 3rd and 11. So Hoop Swooper's going to have to throw here. Throwing out of the sack, nearly intercepted by the safety. Darren Langsdale trying to make a play on the ball. That's going to bring up another Stoats 4th down. This one longer than the first one. We'll see if they decide to punt here. Yes, they will get the punter out, Nellie Rockhurst. 5 minutes, 24 seconds to go, so still a lot of time in this game. The Stoats still need a defensive stop as the punt goes out of bounds at around the 35. The 25, sorry. That was a pretty good punt.
1st and 10. Ball on the 27-yard line.
The Shitbirds looking to stick a dagger into the home team here. Make it 7 wins in a row for away teams here at the TNFL. Jalen Rundle Jr. stepping back, throwing it to the flat. It's almost picked off. Octavius Alwayson parking in front of the receiver. It's going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 27-yard line.
No more, fellas. Come on.
Play action pass, throw to the flat. It's to Wolf, who gets it to the 35, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and short.
Ball on the 35-yard line.
6 for 8 on 3rd downs are the Shitbirds. Rundle Jr. under center. He's going to throw it. He's got it complete to Kelsey Maato at the 50. 1st down, Shitbirds. Now, a field goal is not enough to stick a dagger in the Stoats here. A touchdown will make it a 3-score game. So if the Shitbirds can do that, they might have this in the bag. Steve Mellenballer on the move. Jalen Rundle Jr. trying to scramble out of the pocket. He's got no one in front of him for a first down. An 11-yard gain for the quarterback. As they inch closer and closer to field goal range. The Shitbirds at the opponent's 39.
First and 10. Ball on the 39-yard line.
Let's turn it up, D.
Rundle in the shotgun. He's get chased out of the pocket. He has to throw it to the Stoats secondary, who come up with their 3rd interception of the game. And Rundle Jr. has lost his rhythm here. Ryan Coolier making a play on the ball. And the Stoats have another possession, still down by 11. Not a single score from either team so far in the second half.
Ball on the 33-yard line.
Here we go. Nothing.
This Stoats secondary above and beyond trying to keep their team in the game. It's a deep pass to Ken McStoat, who has separation at the 10, and it's a touchdown as Chad Candy trying to catch up. And Seattle brings it within 4.
Keep the throttle down.
Brings it within 5, sorry. They will bring it within 4.
No stop.
They're going to go for 2.
Let's go. Beat you.
Hoop Swooper looking for someone open. And he scrambles in. The 2-point conversion is successful. And that brings the Stoats within 3. A big 2-point conversion there. 3 minutes, 14 seconds left in the game. Lots of time for the Shitbirds to fight back. An amazing scramble there from the egg scrambler himself, Edgar Hoop Swooper. Looking for an open man. Doesn't like what he sees, but he sure likes the open hole on the right side of the field that he just sprints through to get to pay dirt. Vigo Bungerquist at the 6. He's at the 20. He's at the 30. Tackled down at the 34. And the Stoats almost at 300 yards total for the day. And the Shitbirds. The Stoats riding on a lot of momentum here. The Shitbirds, in order to get the job done and recoup their confidence that was lost last week against the Rollers, they're going to have to get the job done. They're going to hand it off to James Dingo, who has a big breakaway. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10. And just like what he did against the Janitors in Week 3, he does to the Stoats here in Week 5. When you think it's all about wasting time with handoffs to the fullback, James Dingo will just eat your heart out of nowhere. No Stoats in the backfield to stop him. And his flat speed is game-breaking. And the Stoats go down 12 points with only 3 minutes left in the game. And the kick is good, make it 13. So this day doesn't get any easier for the Stoats. They got down in a hole early in this game, and they've done a heroic effort to fight their way back up. But just when you thought the momentum was in your favor, James Dingo has something to say about that. Deep kick. Aston Often at the 1. He's got blockers in front. He's at the 30, but in comes breaking up the party is Damian Fullmoon. If Aston Often had somehow made him miss, that might have gone for a touchdown, but it'll be 1st and 10 at the 33. Hoop Swooper needs to go long here. He'll go to... What is this pass? Once again, the Cookie Dutchman pass.
The intended receiver on the play.
Hoop Super handing it off to the fullback, who then hands it off to Graham Van Spakelos, who then tried to throw it to Ken McStoat.
Everything you got.
Goes incomplete, 2nd and 10. Stoats get a first down from Ken McStoat. They're at the 50. Ken McStoat 4 for 129. He's been having a fantastic day today with 2 huge touchdowns. Yes, a correction. I can't. Stoats down by 10, sorry. Back to the matter. 2-score game for the Stoats as they look to go deep, but takes too long in the pocket. And Alan Peepers gets his first sack. And that brings up the 2-minute warning. The pressure is on for the Stoats. It's been on the whole game, but now more unbearable than ever. 2nd and 14. Hoop Super to throw. He's got a deep one. He's looking for Graham Van Spakelos. He gets him at the 10. He shakes off a tackle. Touchdown, Stoats. The deep bombs keep coming and coming and coming. Gabriel the Savior with the extra point try. It's good, and that brings the Stoats within a field goal. A minute 53 seconds left. The Stoats still with all 3 of their timeouts remaining. If they're able to prevent James Dingo from eating their hearts out once again, they could make some more cookie magic happen to go ahead. And what a victory this would be for the Stoats. But the Shitbirds need this just as much as the Stoats do. Again, getting absolutely embarrassed by the Rollers, and they need to recoup that confidence that they are indeed the best team in this division. Vigo Bungerquist makes a man miss, gets tackled at the 30.
21 yards, number 22 on the return.
This is the drive of the game as far as I'm concerned for both teams. The Shitbirds still looking to stick the dagger in the Stoats that just will not stay down. And the Stoats need a big defensive stop here to turn the ball over. James Dingo on the pitch. He's got a first down. He's tackled down at the 50, but there's holding on the play by Holmes. And that ball is going backwards. That's going to be a... Oh, that's clipping. It's not holding. So an illegal low tackle there by the offensive line. It's going to make it a 1st and 9 for Jalen Rundle Jr. It's another outside pitch to Jason Wolf. He gets it to the 35, tackled down by Antoine Tooney, and the Stoats use their first timeout. Second and 5. Jalen Rundle Jr. hitches it to the fullback, who gets a first down. The Stoats use their second timeout. But if the Shitbirds continue to chip away first downs, that will be game. The question is, can the Stoats force a fumble? They forced 1 fumble on Jalen Rundle Jr. earlier this game. The Rollers got 5 forced fumbles in last week, as Jason Wolf is stopped for a TFL at the 40. Ball security is huge here for the Shitbirds. They need to stick the landing on this game to go 3-2. Every win in this division matters, with no team being better than 2-2 in the over there. Pierre Dumoulin on the move. The Stoats shifting their cover. A massively... Oh my God, Phil Stickler gets through the line. He shakes a tackle. He's through! is through. Touchdown, Phil Stickler. A 59-yard touchdown run. He spins off one defender, shakes off a tackle from another. And that's another huge rushing touchdown for the Shitbirds. And this time the Stoats have lost 2 of their timeouts. And the Shitbirds, with the extra point attempt, try and make this once again a 10-point game. And the kick is good. Shitbirds up 42-32 with 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining. The Stoats staying in this game somehow with miracle touchdown throw after miracle touchdown throw, but resources and time dwindling here in Seattle. Stick around after this game. We've got some more over there division goodness with the Wyoming Janitors taking on the Seattle Beefers. That's coming up at the conclusion of this game. DJ Wideboy kicking it to the left side of the field. Oh my god, the slowness of Antoine Tooney on the kick return. He gets it to the 24, so the Stoats have quite a long field in front of them. 59 seconds on the clock. The Stoats with only 1 timeout to work with. Hoop Swooper in the shotgun, down 2 scores. They need a quick touchdown here. Will one of the Stoats receivers get separation? They're not dialing up a play, and that was a drag route intended for Brian Beergod, and he just wasn't even looking at the ball.
Second and 10. Ball on the 24-yard line.
Left. Quick shoot. Here we go.
Hoop Super is going to scramble forward. He's going to get 6 yards, but that's going to bring up 3rd down. And the clock is ticking. Hoop Swooper throws it to the comeback. Kendrick Stoat tips out of bounds. Pauses the clock. Great reception there. The Stoats get it to the 43. First and 10 for the Stoats at the 42. 40 seconds left on the clock, down by 10. Hoop Super looking to throw, trying to get it to Frank Mellenballer on the corner route, but it's well defended. That was Pierre Dumoulin on the field, trying to relieve a tired Shitbird secondary. Hoop Super, 2nd and 10. 37 seconds remaining. Hoop Super tries to throw it to the drag. He's got number 13, Brian Beergod, but Ollie Missile Move is caught holding, and the Stoats will be sent back 10 yards. 2nd and 20, a devastating play call by the referees. 32 seconds remaining. The Stoats need an onside kick after this now. Missile Move on the move. Hoop Swooper gets it to Brian Beergod again. 26 seconds and counting. The Stoats quickly running out of time. Shitbirds almost threw an interception. Russell kicks, reaching up to tap the ball away. This right here will let us know if the Stoats have a chance. If the Shitbirds convert here, it's game over. 16 seconds remaining. Hoop Swooper looking for a pump fake. He throws one up. It's a huge No, he drops it! Melon Baller dropped the ball! And that's game over! Melon Baller wide open! Dropped the ball 10 yards short of the end zone on what was surely going to bring the game back within 3 points. A devastating occurrence. And the Shitbirds are going to be victorious 42 to 32. In what has been a crazy game here at the Den. And while this does mean the Stoats fall to 1-4 on the season, I don't think they have anything to be ashamed about. Their team played amazingly today. Their secondary was on fire with takeaways in the second half. But they just didn't have any right-away answers for the Shitbirds offense, and they fell into a hole early. And a Gabriel DeSavior missed field goal not helping things in the fourth quarter. But certainly a fantastic game to kick off our doubleheader here this Wednesday. And that knee is what does it. And away teams in the TNFL now have a 7-game win streak. So the Wyoming Janitors coming up are pretty happy to hear that. San Francisco Shitbirds recover from their devastating loss last week. They win 42 to 32 and go on to go 3-2 on the season. And the Stoats are left wondering, what will it take to win a damn game in this league? Let's go here. Yeah, Edgar Hoopswooper actually had a better passer rating than Jalen Rundle Jr. with a only 44% passer rate completion percentage. But Hoopswooper threw for almost 400 yards thanks to all the bombs he was forced to throw, being down so much pretty much for the majority of this game. Jalen Rundle Jr., a passer rating of 71.4, would be much higher if not for those 3 interceptions he threw. But Jalen Rundle Jr. with a fantastic 61% completion rate. Again, I sincerely think he is one of the better quarterbacks in this league. Just his ability to just wham to his A-plus receiving core makes the Shitbirds such a devastating team. And Bram Van Spakelos wasn't able to get magic happening once. It's only showing 1 attempt, but he at least tried to do the damn trick like 3 times. 2 times he was tackled for loss before he could get out of his hands. Let's go for rushing totals. Yeah, James Dingo, again, with that long 67-yard rush. And Phil Stickler with that insane 59-yarders. These two kept the Stoats down when the Shitbirds' passing offense gave them the early lead. And you need a good secondary and you need good run defense when you go up against the Shitbirds. There's a reason they have the best, the most points scored so far this season. And perhaps they will continue to do so. Let's go to receiving totals here. Ken McStoat, 5 for 141. He had a fantastic day today. And Melon Baller, only a singular reception for 77 yards. So it's more than likely Pete Moss has now overtaken him for the #1 wide receiver in the league after week 5. And Bram Van Spakelos also 2 for 11. But Andy Overnate, 5 for 83. Pierre Dumoulin, 6 for 70. Kelsey Maato, 4 for 51. Rundle Jr. just consistently gets the balls out time after time. And with how we've seen some quarterbacks throw the ball in this league, it's a wonder he doesn't have more interceptions with just how good some of the secondaries are. But, man, it's all about those high percentage completions and just the work rate of this Shitbirds offense. Incredible stuff. That's going to take us